So we're live. Welcome to Media Marketing Communications. I hope you can hear me. I've got my microphone in, my shirt buttonhole. Today we're going to be talking about media marketing communications, and hopefully here's just a brief outline of what we're going to cover. Could go on for an hour or so. We're going to be talking about marketing, public relations, social media, digital marketing, social media marketing, marketing strategy, the importance of having a marketing strategy, various marketing strategies, marketing plan, the importance of having a marketing plan, marketing communication between you and whoever, marketing agency, the agencies that are out there and what they provide, marketing companies, what you can find online and what you can, more importantly, what you can learn from them so you can bring it into your own. You can just bring it up to as high as you possibly can. Social media advertising, marketing research, social media campaigns, all of media marketing communications. So let's start with marketing. I mean, if you're going to be doing marketing, you really need to study a lot of offline marketing strategies. The first thing you've got to understand about marketing is it's not all online. It's dealing with people face to face often. And you will also be creating the same message over different places. Also, as well, you want to be segmenting and qualifying and disqualifying people, putting them into different places where they can go. So if you're doing it for research, for academic reasons, for example, to pass your test, then you really need to read up on these subjects of marketing. Now, how you can get experience of learning marketing is actually go to a reputable company in the academic field, Birkbeck, or where I went. I went to London Metropolitan University, Westminster. Liverpool, somewhere like that. Wherever it is you're based, just find out where your local faculty is and what is on their prospectus for marketing. Now, I have a website. It's called robert-bridge.mobi. And I'd like you to go over to there and have a read of the blog and see what I'm doing over there after you've watched this video. Or, we'll be taking questions as well. So if you want to leave a question via microphone, or you want to chime in and join me and go along. We're also going to be talking about public relations. Public relations is PR, more known as PR. And of course, PR people are pretty much well versed in marketing strategies, online, offline. They have good contacts within the media, within various news stations, newspapers, television, radio, local, and throughout your country. So these are the people you want to contact, because but if you want to get a good PR, or you want to do PR yourself, you need to start sending a lot of emails to people now, really, just having them there stacked up. So if you know what your marketing campaign is, and you know what your products are, or you know what your services are, then you should be generating leads and having a look at not just leads of people that you're going to sell to within PR. You're looking for reputable people, and what are they doing, and then kind of try and drill down and find out what newspapers are open to free stuff. A lot of media don't pay anybody anything for doing anything. There's free press releases that you can write yourself. It's a good way of getting launches for websites, or promoting products that have been updated or are just still in the mainstream, and you want to draw some of that traffic towards you. So, but public relations is also about branding, finding all the same sort of branding before you start. They'll help you with that. They'll also help you with protection. So if you think about places like brandyourself.com and things like that, these are digital PR sites, but a real PR person is going to create campaigns within the online presence from yourself if you have an audience, or if you're famous, from the mainstream papers, getting them to be there whilst you do something unusual, or just getting in front of them. They know all these tips, what to do. You've just got to keep your eye on the wheel. Also, as well, PR people have behind the scenes information. So they're going to have behind the scenes information of what's up for the next year. So if you are thinking about PR and you're thinking about doing it yourself, it's like having an advertising campaign. You've got to think there's going to be a lot of time wasted, and there's going to be a lot of mistakes you can make, even if you're following a well, I'm not going to knock down the blueprint thing just yet. So the next thing is the social media type of people, who anybody can just set up a website and they're going to provide you with a pretty much the same as everybody else social media campaign. Now, a lot of these books that were published, which were really good on that subject, are now 5 years out of date. So be careful. A lot of people have invested a lot of time and money, and it's just wasted time and money, really. The only way you can keep up with social media is people who are active and awake on social media. So if you see somebody like me now making this video, or if you send me a message and I respond to you within a couple of minutes or something like this, then that is what you really want to be honing into on social media. If you're looking to hire someone for social media, there's gimmicks out there as well, but they're not bad gimmicks. I mean, if you're at the high end of whatever you do and your marketing is perfectly good, still you want to give it that extra boost. There's social media gimmicks out there where you can get more followers, more likes, more SoundCloud hits, more. You can also register with sites with community of people where you can swap that kind of activity. You can reshare posts and do stuff like that. So social media marketing is very, very simple. A lot of it has changed since the 5 years, but I think a lot of the stuff is published probably about that. But I think, again, there's new sites and apps sprouting up all the time to take the time away from it. Because one thing I'll tell you about social media is as it says on Brand Yourself, just go to brandyourself.com, read up more about it on my site. It's robert-bridge.mobi, and it will tell you about Brand Yourself on one of the posts. Just type in Brand Yourself in the search bar, and what they're very good at doing is telling you, like, yes, you need to be on social media every day, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and obviously they've been around for a few years, so they're not going into Instagram, Snapchat, or any of these different video sites, which if you've got an Android phone, I'm sure you know more about than me. I'm still on the Microsoft. I've got 3 iPhones there. got 3 iPhones on eBay, and not one of them is working. So yeah. So what does that say about my social media? Well, I'm behind the times, but I do do something that was suggested to me about 10 years ago from somebody who is not really well known, and I can't even think of his name now anyway. But he just said, whatever you do, just make sure you have some kind of daily rota on it, or for YouTube you have like or a blog post, you have a monthly schedule, and people want that. Uh, they want you to be there at certain times. You can also do market and research on social media and find out what times are best to be on there, what times are good to be doing your stuff. So if social media is something that you want to look into, then you can do that. Now, because I'll go on about social media marketing a little bit after digital marketing. I'm going to talk about digital marketing. So digital marketing is images, sites that you can join. There's a lot of new sites that are joined. Mr. Kawasaki owns a site there. There's 3 or 4 of them. They had really good graphics. Now, digital marketing is using the internet digitally to market whatever it is. So you might have to have a sales page digitally. Maybe you're using a video site outside of YouTube. You'd be using Vimeo paid account, or you'd be using is it Vixia or Wixia video, or just something quirky that works on all devices. So if someone comes to your website, they're able to watch the digital marketing video on their device. So not all people can watch YouTube. Bear in mind that not all people want to use YouTube. Maybe they're not using the right meta tags within the videos. I don't know what it is. Well, I'm not going to say what it is. You find out for yourself when you go through all these different things. You also got Daily Motion. Is it Video Motion now or Daily Motion? So we utilize all these video stations that where people are, where you can get traffic to your brand, visibility to your brand. So now, okay, so I haven't really spoke enough about digital marketing. Digital marketing, a good example of digital marketing would be the use of images, the use of moving GIFs, the use of making videos sharper, making the quality better rather than just being on a live hangout now. So the simple thing about digital marketing is you can get really creative. If you're an artist and you like art, I think digital marketing might be something you're attracted to. And again, you can find out more by studying the subject. It's something that you could spend 3 years studying, and then you still don't know what's going on. So a lot of this stuff is just do it. You'll hear a lot of people say, oh, you have to kind of understand that we're all in this kind of digital soup together, and the landscape is always changing. So you can put your faith in expensive companies, but then your budget might be better off spent on advertising, or your budget might be just all you need is a public relations people to get you started, use what works rather than you having to go through trial and error. So digital marketing is something interesting if you're able to do web coding, if you're able to reduce the speed of load of pages. Gzip is one thing to check for on your WordPress site or any site really. Check there's some sort of compression there. It's going to load things at different order. And if you're using embeds from videos, YouTubes, and all these different widgets with JavaScript on it, you want to be looking for jQuery. So is there any alternatives where you can take that JavaScript, instead of using the JavaScript to deliver it, you deliver it through jQuery? Little tips like that. So that's digital marketing. I hope you're getting a better understanding of what digital marketing is. I hope to bring value to my Hangouts. I'm not here to just educate myself. I'm actually here to not impress upon you in any way, just to share with you in the world that is, well, maybe I am. All I'm looking for is visibility. So my name's Robert Bridge, and my websites have been Media Marketing Communications for about a couple of years. Now, I haven't really been very professional with the way that I've gone about creating visibility on that, but well, I hope to change that now. So, and I'm just talking off the top of my head. I'm not reading a script. Um, I'm not in the throes of some sort of campaign right now, and I can tell you offhand what works and what doesn't. I'm just letting you know that your hopefully to quash your curiosity, or to um, enhance your whatever it is you're going to invest in. Because once you invest in education, there's no turning back. You won't regret it, other than your pocket and the fear of having to pay back the money. But rather than talk about my stuff, let's move on next to what I mentioned before, social media marketing. Now, if you're marketing on social media, you want to give people less options. If you're marketing on social media, you want to be giving them less options and leading them to one place, whether it's your Facebook page or an opt-in page. It's just somewhere where you can easily contact them. So if you're paying for an autoresponder, fine. If you've managed to find an autoresponder, a free one, and you're able to reach the small amount of audience you want to speak to, you can get free ones up to 100 people. Then you need to master that. So instead of spending every day blog posting, you'd be spending more time in them places, sending out email promotions. And also as well, if you've got it all plumbed in like everybody do on social media marketing, when you make a post on these email autoresponders, it's like having a blog post anyway. It's less heat on your hosting, but there's always a danger. Like any Web 2.0 property, it's not you're not in control of it. You're not paying for hosting. If it shuts down, if it goes, then, well, what can I say? If it goes, it goes, and then often you're left with a week or two's window. A lot of Lycos shut down this month. They just completely shut down all the emails. There's no way to go in and retrieve everything that you've got. So be mindful of that using free stuff. It's there is a time code attached to everything, and once these bigger companies completely take over, we've already seen Microsoft buy. We've seen Microsoft buy LinkedIn. We've seen Twitter invest in SoundCloud, 50 million in the past 5 days. It's like, hang on a minute here. Yes, it'll probably be seamlessly better, but there's going to be more European loopholes that people have to jump through. Cookie codes is a great example of that. So find out what the legal stuff is. If you're doing social media marketing, just make sure everything in place. Because I mean, this is probably not true, but I believe that if you don't have these cookie things on your website, they've got these EU representative people who, behind the scenes, have got wads of cash, and they're just paying kind of people straight out of Compton or wherever it is, who are hackers, and the same people who wear the masks, the hacktivists or whatever, and then they go from being like a troublemaker to being the public service number one, and they come to your site and they just cause trouble. They try and hack it, or they'll join with silly names, slow down your bandwidth, kind of pinging and giving you dodgy backlinks. So, yeah, what do we do? What's the solution for that? Well, if you're in social media marketing, you should be aware of that. There doesn't have to be a solution for it, because you can often deal with it when it happens. But if you're logged in every day for at least 5 minutes, like Brand Yourself say, then you know the chances are you're going to be informed about it before it happens. They're not going to just totally pull the rug from underneath your feet. So that leads me on to the next stage, is marketing strategy. Okay, so you've got a marketing strategy in place. If you haven't, what's going to happen is you're going to be doing stuff, and some days you're going to be get 35 likes and other days nothing. And you have to be testing before you can make a strategy, because whatever it is that you're talking about, often the thing that you need to talk about is not necessarily what it is that you want people to know about. So if you test, split test, try different things, or just go to the experts and say, okay, what's the best strategy for this particular field I'm in, whether I'm coaching or whether I'm selling some kind of digital product on ClickBank or Yazoo, or what's that other one? ClickFunnels, is it? So yeah, whatever you're selling, or you've got your own stuff, you've got your own book, you've got your own PDF, you've got your own generated book, which you're going to create in various formats where people can just go to PayPal, buy it, and then you can email it to them, as simple as that. So if you've got a marketing strategy, it's probably because you've got a product or you've got something to deliver. You're not just blogging about traveling, you're not just scraping videos from people who don't even speak the language that your audience is reading about. There's a lot of people who are nearly there. They just don't know what to do. They're like rabbits on the road. They come to a problem and they're unable to fix it. So again, if you want a good marketing strategy, then you need to have a good understanding of digital marketing, basic access to someone who've got coding skills, able to troubleshoot, or you just know what to search in the plugins. There's a lot of plugins now that can do some amazing stuff. I know a lot of you are moving into the app space, so you're like, oh, it's all app this and app that. But wait a minute, your website has got all the information on it. So if you type in the plugin an app generator, you can generate it for all mobile phone devices for an annual fee of having that luxury. And it doesn't stop at one app. You can make more, so you can do more sites once you've paid Google, Microsoft and Apple the initial 15, 17 and 25 pounds. What's that? 32. And then if you want Apple, then it's 50, 60 pounds for the App Store uploading. I don't even know if there's going to be extra fees on top of that for hosting. So I doubt it though, because it's just a simple download button. And the great thing about having that plugin is you can get the code, you can get the dev code, the DV code, and the whatever Apple code, 3 different types of code zipped into a nice file, which once you've joined, you can just upload it to that site. So you've got an app. When someone goes to it, it'll be whatever the design is on this plugin, however it makes it. And then if you're clever and if you're already studying apps, it's going to save you a lot of time, because you can quite frankly just go into the code, unzip it, go into the code and have a look at it and have a tweak around, see what you can shrink down, see what shortcuts you can make, taking out certain symbols and stuff and spaces, make it quicker, make it more optimized. People don't want apps on the phone that just you click it and it doesn't even open. So I don't know what this free app is, but I think having this plugin there to create that code is a window of opportunity, which if you don't know about it, you should be getting onto it. And even if you're an expert on coding, you're an expert on apps, if you want that textual information there, you want those videos with texting, all that kind of interaction. Even if it's just explaining what, if it's a game, for example, you're going to have pages within your app where you need to explain stuff to people, teach them how to do it. What do you want them to do? What other things are available? What other apps, inside apps, stuff like that. So that is a very, very, very brief outline of what I know about my own thoughts on marketing strategy. So let's move on to a marketing plan. So I mentioned that earlier in the beginning when I started. It was a marketing plan which is commonly shared all over the internet, but you'll have to kind of subscribe to find out about it. And it's all about the segmentation process. It's been around since 2013, all over the place. Russell Brunson, all them kind of people have given very good, Anik Singhal, all these people have given really good information on the segmentation process, but they don't really bundle it all together. There's a lot of waffling and selling who they are and stuff like that. And, it's that attraction marketing. They're good people, but they've got, the first thing you've got to do is let people know where you were on September the 11th. And here's a picture of me on the beach with my girlfriend as she's, with a beach ball and or you just have to listen to all that. What, in textual form, I don't know what you'd call it, but in video, it's all like that kind of jingles and, all the compelling stuff that needs to go on to convince people that, to just give them the energy to keep on reading. And I know my no frills approach is not very attractive, but I hope you're still listening. I'm sorry if I'm babbling on a bit, but we'll go next on to that. Well, I'm going to continue on with the marketing plan. So if your marketing plan on social media is some sort of capture page where it's just all they can do is do one thing, and that's put their email address in. If you're promising them a video and there's no video there loading up, or when you click it, the video pops up as a picture, but it reminds you that you've got to opt in, and all these different things. I think we're getting very, very thick-skinned on this stuff, and eventually a lot of us are just going to unsubscribe to the new techniques that people are doing to stay up on the gateway, just to get through the gateway of the marketing plan, because all of it happens really after that. So the easiest way to do that would be something like Monkey Survey. I know that Frank Kern was the first person to mention it to me about 8 years ago, and it's just become seamlessly amazing with all the autoresponders now. Or even just if you're using Google, you can use I've got on my website, if you go to robert-bridge.mobi, you'll find a question at the bottom in the links, and it says for a free 30-minute consultation with me, answer these questions. And then you go to a Google document whereby we're asking a series of questions. So what we're doing is we're disqualifying people even before they go through the gate. And then, but the easiest way is to actually just get everyone through the gate and then eventually filter them down. That person goes onto that list. That person goes onto that list. Is he a man? Is he a woman? Is he trying to lose weight, or is he trying to eat healthy? Is she trying to, thing? And then does it spin off into dating? Like, then what? You want to go date? Then you might want to buy a house. Then you might want to get insurance. Then you might want to, who knows? It could be anything. It could be swap. People are swapping lists with all kinds of shops on the high street, which is, as long as it's not too obtrusive, I don't mind it, because I know in order for, when they say that someone joining your list is worth £1, you don't even need people on your list. There's so much information about everybody on social media, including me, that you could quite easily find out a product that somebody would want. Now, it's a lot of hard work, and there's a lot of software out there which can make this easier. I know there's a lot of outsourcing companies that do this sort of thing for you. There's also free software given when you join these kind of outsource companies as a incentive, whereby they're using LinkedIn and places like that to harvest information. So I don't know what's going to happen with Microsoft buying LinkedIn for 15 million. If you start getting a larger influx of emails, whatever email you use, register with LinkedIn, or the opposite, time will tell, isn't it? I think we can trust Microsoft. They're very good. I've got a Microsoft phone and I absolutely love it with the Nokia. But so that's the marketing plan. I've spent far too much time talking about it. So we'll go straight into the marketing communication. Now, here's where we kick it in. Here's where you can get out of the house, start listening to other people, start listening to people who are quite clear at speaking. So if you're listening to books, for example, online, audio readings, you want to find maybe somebody with the same tone of voice that you're used to. Everybody's different. The intonation has to be clear though, and you want someone who's it's almost like some people have it naturally, but the reality is it takes you years of practicing this stuff. Is neurolinguistics, phonetics, semantics, just knowing, being able to say things and or being able to cover the tracks of things that you say as well. Politicians are very good at, well, not very good at it. They're terrible at it. But they do it. They say completely the opposite to what's going on. So then you get confused, and they do a lot of confusing campaigns to confuse you. So then you end up like that rabbit on the road who's just freezing as the lights come towards them. Ah! So yeah, you want to be mindful of your marketing communication. Also, as well, marketing communication is going to be WhatsApp, Skype. Now you can talk to people face to face in the digital economy. This is what marketing communication is about. If you want to go into it deeper, you can look into Cisco and all the main employers. If you're looking to get employed in marketing communications, you want to have, when you do your degree, if you're studying now, please do not get less than a 2-1. Okay, really need to knuckle down and get that to the, you want to get a first really, but a 2-1, is it a 2-2-1 or a, not even a, is it a 2-1? I don't know. You need to look on it for BT. That is pretty, BT show pretty much template of how it is. So it doesn't matter what you're studying, preferably communications, but or telecommunications and stuff like that. If you want to improve your marketing communication, let's keep it simple. Instead of just asking for instead of just asking for an email, you could be asking for the WhatsApp number, or you could be asking for the telephone number, so you can speak to them straight away on the phone, find out where they are at that very minute when they opted in. Or text message, send them a text message. So obviously you'll need their number to do that. And also as well, I think legally, if people put their name in with these cookies that websites have and tracking and stuff like that, is there's a lot of legal implications, so you have to do it the right way. If you're just talking to someone over Skype though, face to face, and writing it down on a piece of paper, I mean, it's really, the world is your oyster. So the marketing communication has for about 5 years been booming on text messaging. There's a lot of products out there trying to harvest this kind of data and get leads and sell, and so that's something that you could even start in a business alone. If you're just selling stuff, These are little spin-off things that you can do. And then there's other sites as well, not just ClickBank, and they're more the information products that I was talking about. There's real physical sites that you can join where you can sell physical things. So that it's multi levels of multi-level marketing, and I'm getting bored. So I imagine you are too. Now, I did say that I'd talk about marketing agencies. So there's certificates that you can get from in Britain, and they're called CIM, CIM. And you can get a certificate and a letter of approval from the various commissioners and bodies. You see it in privacy policies and stuff like this, especially in education and recruitment, online, digital marketing communications, and also the faculties as well point you in the right direction there. So when you leave, you're not going to leave naked. But any of these places, if you want to join marketing agencies, or you're talking about massive budgets here, so we don't need to focus on that too much, other than like you should have your eye on the wheel. You should be following them on social media and Twitter. You should be reading the blog posts that they make, because but you've really got to see through all the whole business side of it as well, and look into it and say like, well, what's really going on here, and try and scale it down a bit and go from there. So next step is marketing companies. Well, I've already mentioned the CIM thing. I think if you go on Twitter, you probably see 80% of things in your stream are from wannabe marketing companies, or marketing companies who are working for individuals or groups, or have large contracts. So, or they're just working for a company which they're scaling up, and is on his way to 10 years and stuff like that. These are the people marketing companies are helping. They're not just doing this stuff on their own, because they realize if they know what they want, they can tell these people exactly how it is, and then they're pretty much confident that these people will bring their own list of followers who trust them, because it's about trustability with marketing companies. You're getting the trustability of a marketing company coming in, and they'll know if you're a right fit for them. So a lot often with these marketing companies, they're going to disqualify you before they qualify you. So I'll leave it there. Social media advertising. Now, you're only going to be advertising if you're making money. Let's put it bluntly. So you really need to get a Kickstarter. It's no good having social media advertising on some loan you've got, or you're testing the water using your mum's money. Well, you can do. I mean, you can spend $10 on Facebooks and stuff like that and play around with it, and don't worry about it going on. What was it Ed Dale was saying today on his thing? Don't worry about it going on to, because I love this game as well, is I've forgotten what it's called now. It's a game on Facebook anyway. Is that where it's going to be advertising? No, it's not going to be advertising on Candy Crush or Farmville or whatever. Don't even know if people play Farmville now. But so yeah, let's move swiftly on. Oh, the advertising as well can be done on Plenty of Fish, dating agencies. You can do advertising on vk.com like you do on Facebooks. Of course, Google AdSense is a reliable, trusty old Steam engine. But then you've got Bing ads, and depending on which coupons you can get and the opening budget of creating an account, you should be using all of them, even if you haven't got anything. So as long as you've got access to the coupons, why not spend 10 quid and get £50 voucher or something like this. But I would read up on it and I would watch a few new videos. The great thing about Google is they provide webinars where you can go on. Some of them are recorded as well, so they've probably already been done. And if you can find the links to the Google webinars for Google AdSense, advertising, stuff like that, because AdSense is another way which you can monetize whatever you're doing. But obviously, if you're dealing with marketing and trying to capture people in, the only images and digital marketing images that you want are related to whatever your multiple streams of income is, not what Google AdSense is putting on there. But if you're there 100% of the day broadcasting live, then it makes sense to have AdSense. So you just got to work it out for yourself. It's not rocket science, okay? So let's go into marketing research. Okay. Oh, I have to honestly send you here to, because I've spent years and years and years studying this stuff, and I still feel like a right lemon, is the dojo of Market Samurai. And you'll go in there and you'll find some really good marketing research. But you can also go on, is it Simco, British sites. You can go on Google Trends and you can find out what the research is. First you have to know what it is you're doing. So if you're cleaning, then you need to be having a look at cleaning. You need to be looking at it, not just the whole world, but you need to be looking at the UK. It might not be the UK, it might be your 50-mile radius or something like that. So these are things that are available to you. You want to know how much people are paying on the advertising side of it per click. You know, so if you see a click is worth a lot of money, I mean, not so much how much is it to them, how much is it to you? So if it's like £50 for $50 for, or $20 for one person to click that potential lead come through, then how much of your time would not be wasted on putting into getting some visibility on that, or putting more effort in speaking to more of them people, digging deeper, finding them leads. I'm not a big advocate of scraping leads and all this stuff, like, and like I say, posting silly videos from robot software. But if you're lazy, then these are the options available to you, other than having some marketing agency paid thousands of pounds an hour or a day or whatever they're charging. So when we're talking, just let's get one thing clear here. Anything to do with media, marketing, communications is a very, very expensive niche. You're going into something that everybody want more customers, even if it's just a hairdressers. Everyone want someone else to walk into their shop. So make sure you go to robbridge.moby, media marketing communications. If you use the hashtag on Twitter or Facebook for hashtag MMC, preferably in capitals, but it does work in lowercase. Everybody's churning away on it, but I want to make this a little bit more clearer. So maybe if you put MMC hashtag and then do at Robert Bridge, one word, at, you know, the at sign, and then it'll get back to me and I can come to you and we can talk about some of this media marketing communications more. And I thank you for sticking with it. I hopefully have I got a call for action for you? Yeah, go to my site and check out the web template on the blog post. It's at the right of the page. That's the only thing I want you to do, really, but I won't say that here. And yeah, so it's a trusted template that has just been updated that I think you will find very, very helpful. I know the original guy who made the company. I don't know if it's owned by the same person, but you'll see a banner there. Just click on that, and I wish you well with it. Okay. And just remember about that speed is of the essence. So not just the speed of implementation, but the speed of loading on your page, the the reliability of Web 2.20 properties. So you'd be going in there and realizing that is it there anymore, or emails even. That's another thing which is a very, very simple place to start, rather than having a website is a back-end database. So you've got an email where you can just have an email at robertbridge.thing and use that, master that, and use that to communicate with people. Or if you use it via GoDaddy, your domain name purchase, or whatever domain you buy it in, you can quite easily just have it redirected from Gmail. So you might want to have a look at that. These are the options that are available. I mean, it's good when someone over the phone, you ask them for their email and they give you a domain name email or something, because you know that you're not dealing with somebody who's got a Hotmail account, and you know for a fact it's going into the spam bar. And if someone does give you that response, they've got a Hotmail account, you have to let them know to whitelist it. Okay, you need to say, this email that I'm going to send to you, you need to tell them your email. So if you're asking people for emails on a Hotmail account, you need to say, right, our email is this. Please go into your email now, type it in, and add it to your whitelist. Because if you're sending that one email, it might be one email that somebody needs to get it. They're not going to get it though. If it goes in the spam filter, it's amongst, even a day, it'd be something like 60 spam. And you think people have got time to go through each one when you're not even using the right title in it, or here's your mate such and such. Nah. And also as well is like, look, please, if you're sending out an email to more than 50 people and there's 50 email addresses shown to that sender when they get it, it's not fair on the other 49 people. You're doing some things that are wrong there. I'll leave it there anyway. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this records live on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook. Thank you.